whose book, The Impossible Office, charts the history of a variety of prime ministers. Liz Truss, he says, dug her own political grave.
It's totally of her own making. In a way, how dare she come in at a moment of such volatility in the country and do something which so many people said would have catastrophic consequences. Had she gained people's trust and confidence and respect and then introduced it, as Margaret Thatcher did with her trade union reforms, rather than blasting in, trying to do it all in one go, she could have taken her time and done the things that many people wanted to see being done and perhaps should well have been done and long overdue, and she'd have got it through without this massive reaction.
Who will follow her? Party grandees say we'll know the answer on October the 28th, but it's far from clear that another leadership contest will resolve the turmoil within the Conservative Party. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, the Ukrainian government says an advanced air defence system handed over by Germany earlier this month is operational and intercepting Russian missiles. But President Zelensky says more are needed to protect civilians from attacks. France, Portugal and Spain have announced a new undersea pipeline will be opened to carry natural gas across Europe. And in the UK, the race is on to find a new Conservative leader and Prime Minister. That's the latest feature story news. Laura Macon-Isherwood reporting.
Here we go. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on the finally Friday edition of our morning show with Phillip Dutton.
Good morning.
Phillip. All right, how's that?
That was great.
All right, you feel really important? Because that was what I was trying to do.
Yes.
All right. All right, we are broadcasting Facebook of the website at kchw.org, both audio and video. And that audio portion you can just access with a phone. You don't even need an app. It's pretty cool. And then you also have us on the YouTubes, as I like to say. All right. We're world famous now, Phillip, if you haven't heard.
How come?
Yeah, mostly. All right. 49 degrees today for your high temperature. You said it's sprinkling right now?
Yes. Yeah.
All
yep.
right.
No heavy downpours, at least over here in the Addy side, but it's been wet the last day and a half or so.
All right, 94% chance of rain today, so it could get heavy at times. Considerable cloudiness tonight with occasional rain showers. You're going to drop all the way down to 35, so probably some snow flurries in the upper elevations. 42% chance of rain tonight. Get out your galoshes because except for Sunday, it looks like you guys have got like 15 days of rain looking at the extended forecast. Let's see. For Saturday, it's 48 and 32, partly cloudy, just a 20% chance of rain. So that's pretty light. And then Sunday, down to a 10% chance with mostly sunny skies, high of 55 and 30. So if you didn't get all your yard work wrapped up like Chuck was complaining about yesterday, Saturday and Sunday, some possible days for that. And then forget about it because you've got like 50% chance of rain almost every day, like I said, for 15 days. Temperatures upper 40s and lower 50s. So fall has finally arrived in Stevens County.
I know. Yesterday was the first day that I felt obligated to wear long pants in some time. Probably since like May.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sad day.
It hit us a couple weeks earlier. Last night, it was clear here in Maine, and we had the Orinoids, meteor shower, which is like stuff left over from Halley's Comet, and it was very unexciting. We stayed up really late to watch them with the son-in-law, and it was just, they were saying 15 to 20 per hour, starting around 10 o'clock, including some fireballs, and I lasted till I think about 12:30, and you saw a few shooting stars, but nothing really spectacular. So very disappointing, especially when you stay up late.
Yeah. I always seem to, I don't know. Every time there's one that's supposed to be visible, I always miss it somehow, or I'm like, am I looking at the right sky? Because I'm just not seeing
Yeah, are
it.
you looking the right direction? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they were all supposed to take place like right above Mars in the horizon and shooting across that kind of viewpoint, and we did see a few. So I mean that was cool, but like I said, not as exciting as we hoped. Let's take a look at some of the events that are coming our way, and there is a haunted house, and that will be Saturday, this Saturday, and that is taking place at Bradley's Taekwondo. Going to be a fundraiser for them this year. Then we have a dinner on, I'm getting my days straight here with this calendar, on Sunday from 5 to 8 p.m. It's the Valley Warriors Against Cancer, a spaghetti dinner and auction. And this is going to take place at the Valley Drop Time Tavern. All right, so get out and support them. 5 to 8 p.m. All the funds they raise from their events go to help people with cancer right here in our community. So it's a very, very cool thing. So, and a great thing to support. And then you get food too. So that's always kind of fun to go out.
nice.
Yes. Let's see. I accidentally closed the calendar there, but I know next weekend, then of course we have Boo Fest on Friday. And some news to go along with that is that the one and only Brandon Hansen is going to be joining us and talking about Boo Fest on Friday. And we're hoping to dig up some scary stories. So we'll give you the option of just submitting a scary story, or you could actually come on the radio with us and tell your scary story. If you want to be involved in that, just send me an email, scottallen@kchw.org, kchw.org. Send me an email and put Halloween in the subject field. And we would love to tell your story or have you tell a scary story on the radio, too. I'm looking for a few good ones, all right?
Yeah, I hope people really participate in that. That would be super fun.
It would be super fun. And then I think Brandon's going to take the following Friday off, but then he's going to rejoin me and Phillip on the Friday morning show a week later. So he's coming back to the radio.
Nice.
All right. I guess some of his bosses at TED heard him on the radio with us and went, hey, this is kind of a cool thing. Well, let's let him do it some more. So that's pretty exciting.
Cool.
All right. So then, yeah, the following weekend there we have, of course, Boo Fest on Friday the 28th. That'll go from 3:30 to 5:30. Then at 6 o'clock, Bradley's Taekwondo will open up that haunted house again. They're also going to do it on Saturday from 6 to 10. And now, Phillip, you were telling me that the golf course is going to be doing something for Halloween that they've never done before. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's the Rusty Putter and the Chihuahua Golf Course are doing a trunk or treat up there on Saturday the 29th. It will go from 3 to 5 p.m. and there's going to be obviously trunk or treating, and then drinks and food specials for both kids and adults at the restaurant. Believe there will be a prize for costume contest, and it's their first go at it, or our first go at it for trick-or-treaters don't often make it up to the golf course, so I know a bunch of the community members up there were hankering to participate, so they set this thing up, and hopefully it'll go well. But just another thing for families to come out and enjoy, and maybe if you've never been up there before, be something cool to check out.
All right, and that is going to be on the 29th as well, right?
Yep.
All right.
Saturday the 29th.
All right, and start time again?
3 o'clock, 3 p.m. And then it will go till 5.
Okay. Same thing we were talking about too then. So on Saturday, you've got that starting, the trunk or treat at up at the golf course. You've got the haunted house from 6 to 10. And then we have a brand new play that is also starting that night. That'll be open. Let me go back and check. I want to make sure that is, at least on the calendar I'm looking at, it shows that Saturday as, let's check. I see a one more sign here. We also have opening up a new play that next weekend, and that is, I'm trying to find out if it is going on the 28th. Let's get into that. It's Nothing to Lose Productions presenting The Marvelous Wonderettes. And this is directed by Janet Bresnahan, choreographed by Cindy Hogan, musical direction by Christine Carpenter. We know all these people. This was a show that was created by Roger Bean, written and created by him, musical arrangements by Brian William Baker. It's October 28th and 29th at 7 p.m. So the calendar I was looking at from the chamber was missing that one, I believe, on the night of the 28th. So it opens, that's their opening weekend, the 20th and 29th, 7 p.m. Also, again, October 30th at 2 p.m. And then the following weekend, November 4th and 5th, shows at 7 p.m. Tickets are available online at r.show/Chihuahua/Wonderettes. Also at the usual locations, Acres and Valley drugstores. All right. And then, of course, the performance going on at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts, 405 North 3rd Street in Chihuahua. Tickets, $20. Let's see. We've got Melissa Curry as Missy, Jessica Setti as Betty Jean, Callie Tilla as Susie, and Tiffany Warren as Cindy Lou. And they had a play, and I can't remember the name of the play, but it was maybe a couple years ago now, and Melissa Curry and Jessica Setti were in that one along with Chris Carpenter. The singing was amazing. The ladies did an incredible job, so that's going to be a fun show to hit. They'll be singing songs like Mr. Sandman, Lollipop, Sincerely, Stupid Cupid, Hold Me, Thrill Me, It's My Party, Leader of the Pack, Heat Wave, and more. So what a good show. Once again, November 20th, 29th, October 30th, and then November 4th and 5th to get out there and support our local theater. All right.
Nice.
Any other events you think I missed there, Phillip?
Nothing that you missed. I did. It's not Halloween related, but I know that the Ski 49 is having their job fair on the 29th as well. That October 29th.
So if you need a winter job, right?
Yeah. I think it goes from 8:30 to 1. Let me just double check that I'm getting that right. 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. up there, up at the ski hill.
Good deal. Now, have you been invited to return yourself back up to the ski hill?
Surprisingly, yes.
Wow, good job.
Yeah, I think this will be my sixth or seventh year. I always get one mixed up because of the COVID year, but yeah.
So you've been doing this for years. Do you enjoy that? So you do the golf course in the summer, and you do and surrounding months, and then the same thing. You kind of transition to the ski hill. Do you enjoy that, having the two different jobs each year?
Yeah, I mean, it comes with its each season comes with its own challenges because of, driving in the snow and stuff like that. But it's a nice change of pace, and the timing couldn't be more perfect in terms of it's springtime, time to switch gears, and same thing with the fall, winter. Yeah. And
if things time out right, you get a couple weeks off, right?
In the past that was true. Now I for the most part kind of just dive right in. I might get a few days off, and then it's right into action.
Well, all over the news today. I don't know if you had a chance to watch anything as you got up this morning. It's a little easier for me being on the East Coast. But all the networks going crazy with the latest UFO stories. Pilots over the Pacific Ocean and over the United States. One of the states was Mississippi. In the past 2 months, 19 reported UFO sightings by airline pilots.
Wow. No, I haven't seen anything.
They've actually taken it and shown it to Congress. And now, they did that a few months back. They did that public release of U.S. UFO documents. They did it a few years ago, and then they did it again. And now I guess you can just request any information you have on UFOs to make it public. But they're kind of freaking out. And even Congress has popped up its head because so many airline pilots are turning in reports of UFOs. Some stories where airlines were telling employees, hey, don't talk about this. But, yeah, the truth is out there.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see my... I have my "I Want to Believe" poster hanging out somewhere in my room.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's an extra activity because all of the stress going on this planet, all the maneuverings of aircraft, and just like us running maneuvers around Taiwan, and then the Chinese running maneuvers around Russia, and now the Russians sending bombers really close to Alaska. It's just tensions are high, battles are going on. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. And I wish they'd like make them if it isn't like technology we don't know about and it's actually extraterrestrials, make yourself known. You're so lame. I'm calling you out right now. Make yourself known. This is stupid.
The extraterrestrials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save us from ourselves, please.
Yeah.
I think it would make people kind of wake up in a different way.
Yeah, maybe for sure. As more of like realizing that everybody's a person instead of, me against you.
Yeah. I've often thought that was, and some people will hate this, but and they'll really freak out when I say this, but I'm a believer that the only way to save our planet is a one world government. And some people are like, oh, they'll get biblical with that or think it's a horrible thing. But I think it is the only way to save our planet anymore. Look at what's happening. Most of it's due to greed. And I'm a firm believer the only way to save our planet is a one world government. Get rid of money. Because money is truly the root of all evil. Look what happens because of money. We have to get rid of money and all live together and respect each other and live on a resource-based system instead of a monetary system. And I truly believe that's the only way we're going to save our planet for the kids. I mean, one of the stories I have today, too, is the climate stuff and things that are happening to our planet. It's all over the news. Alaska just shut down the snow crab season, closed it, period.
Yeah.
Because the numbers they have dropped to from in 2018 from the average season having about almost 12 billion crab to 1 billion this year. Their estimates.
Yeah.
From 11.4 to I think it's 1.7. That's a huge decline in the species. So they're taking the year off. So if you like snow crab and eating it at seafood restaurants, say goodbye.
I did catch that. And what was the main culprit? Heat waves,
warming waters
Yeah.
in the ocean. Yeah. So that's their best guess, but obviously it's something causing it. But it could
Right.
maybe it is overfishing, but they're going to attempt to let them the population rebuild this year by not harvesting them. So that's a good thing. So if you aliens are out there, once again, we need your help, and I think that would make people. Maybe wars would die down. I know it would challenge a lot of religious beliefs, because all of a sudden we're not the center of the universe, and that brings up a lot of questions. But I wish it would happen. It's my secret dream, and now I've shared it with everybody.
There's room for more. There's room for more beings.
In the universe or on the planet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
There's plenty of room out there. But excited that at least even our government is going, hey, what's going on with all the flashy lights? And then, it was a couple years ago, I told my crazy story of me and my girlfriend at the time witnessing a UFO. And people said, yeah, you're both nuts. What I really liked about that story, and if people didn't hear it, it was just there for a second. It quickly disappeared. It took up the entire top of Quartzsite. I mean, this thing was like the Shield helicarrier. The thing that was odd about it, and not necessarily made me think it was not alien, was it almost had aircraft-like windows. And it was only there, it was, from what I could see, it could have been round, it could have been cigar-shaped, because you only saw one side. But it was like, if people that have watched Star Trek or something, it was like somebody leaned on the cloaking button for a second and then went, oops. It just appeared and then it disappeared. And it had almost aircraft lights in it. And me and my girlfriend both turned to each other and went, did you see that? Because it freaked us out. So I told the story on the radio. Then a local business owner, I won't throw him under the bus, a local business owner in Chihuahua calls me up on the phone after the show and says, hey, I have a friend who described the exact same UFO late night. He was like broke down in the Walmart parking lot. And he said the craft was so large, it covered the entire Walmart and the parking lot. And he said the only difference between the two stories was his had red and green blinking lights like an airplane. And I said, I didn't say that when I talked about it on the radio, but mine had red and green lights on it too. I just thought that made it sound too hokey. So I left that part out of what I saw. But I actually did. So I think there was somebody in Colville who saw the exact same thing. Now, was it military? I don't think we have anything that big, but, according to one of the Trump tapes that got released by Bob Woodward, he was talking about we've got so many secret weapons that nobody knows about, not Americans, not Chinese, and, whether that's true or not. But it did look, maybe it was from the future. But here's the big question. Why are they hanging out on Quartzsite looking at Chihuahua? Are they just enjoying the great music that comes out of KCHW?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
That's a cool story.
Yeah. We are a little different. All right. So there you go. That's my UFO story, and I'm sticking to it. I went my whole life, I was going, I wish I would see a UFO. I wish I would see a UFO. And there it was. And then a couple months later, I saw something that I couldn't explain, and I won't get into that story. But it was also, that one was like by Browns Lake. And it was like a loop of light connected to a smaller loop of light above it. It was crazy looking, and it stayed stationary for a couple hours. I can't be the only one in Chihuahua that saw it. So, and this was also probably beginning of the pandemic when I saw both of these. So, kind of, there's my couple weird stories.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, I tried to take pictures of the one because it was stationary, but neither my phone or my digital camera was good enough to capture something in the dark. So,
yeah, it's that stuff.
Yeah, it gets all grainy. So
Yeah.
that's too bad. All right, we covered the snow crabs. That was my next one up. We covered UFOs, and we covered Brandon joining us next Friday. And don't forget, if you just tuned in, we're looking for some scary stories. You can send them to Scott Allen at kchw.org, and that's ALLEN, and put Halloween in the title. And, we could have you on the show. You can tell us what you want to do, or you could just submit your story and we'll read it and try to make it extra spooky. Let's try this. Spooky. See, I'm all ready for next week.
Yeah, that was good.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's delve into the world of politics a little bit. You're going to like this one, Phillip. Oh, you're going to like this one. You've heard all the stuff like the comings and goings and the stories with Herschel Walker. Have you caught that on the news?
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right. All right. So now I think I just lost it. But yesterday, some comedians, pranksters, they call them, political pranksters, interrupted Herschel Walker at an event to hand him a box of condoms. Oh, that was just, I find that exceedingly funny. But
That's embarrassing.
yeah. They're called the Good Liars, a duo of political pranksters interrupted campaign event for Senate candidate Herschel Walker on Thursday to hand him a package of condoms. Comedian Jason Selvig was face-to-face with the former football star at the event in Macon, Georgia, as he offered him several blue packaged boxes of condoms. In the footage of the confrontation, an irritated Walker can be seen putting his hand on Selvig's chest and saying something, but unfortunately his exact words weren't captured. What do you... I want to know what he said. Maybe it's something like this.
This I don't need.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Walker, who challenging incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock in the Senate race, did not take any. Walker, who touts family values and criticized fatherless homes as a major problem, acknowledged that besides his son Christian with his ex-wife, he has 3 other children from 3 different women. And apparently...
Also, that's so offensive.
It is. And apparently shape of an L on his forehead. All right. Let's put some more L's on foreheads. Laura Logan, former CBS news reporter and more frequently Fox News guest, went on so off-field on former Fox News host Eric Bolling's Newsmax show Wednesday night. Newsmax said she is no longer welcome on their right-wing network because, well, she's too right-wing conspiracy theorist for even them. Bowling brought her on to talk about immigration, and she ended up pushing QAnon tropes, invoking blood libel and fear-mongering about a global cabal planning to dilute the pool of patriots in the United States. Newsmax said they condemn, in the strongest terms, the reprehensible statements made by Lara Logan, and her views do not reflect those of the network. They said, we have no plans to ever interview her again.
Ever.
She started the comments Wednesday by predicting that the Biden administration is trying to engineer a Reichstag fire, an event the Nazis used to consolidate power and curtail liberties. Then went on to claim she was shown a secret United Nations plan in which a global cabal would dilute the blood of patriots by importing 100 million migrants, stating, God knows the open border is Satan's way of taking control of the world. She is off the hook.
Yeah, but, she's not the only one, unfortunately.
No, I say since she thinks that there's Nazis in the U.S., we should just go ahead and send her to Russia. Putin needs her. All right. Speaking of Putin, they say, they've, with all the sanctions put against Russia, they handled it better than expected. But all of a sudden, they're having a huge problem because not only have they taken 300,000 out of their working pool to try and put them into the service, they've also had now over 300,000 people flee the country that were afraid of getting pulled into service. And it's taken, they have almost zero unemployment. And the Central Bank of Russia came out and said that economic conditions are worsening, and they're going to continue to worsen, and pointed their finger at this: people fleeing the country and people being forced into the military. So, all right, little side news there.
Yeah.
There's a fun one for me and you, and I personally hope that all women start practicing this, all single women. Here's a woman who's been handing out resumes to potential suitors at Costco, Trader Joe's, and Bed Bath & Beyond. So anytime she sees a guy, she hands them her dating resume that includes her photo, her hobbies, interest to prospective dates, and her genius method has inspired viewers to be more daring and daunting. She's on TikTok if you want to check her out. Her name is Emily Zagoda. I like the last name. The quest for love, serious business for some people. Just ask Zagoda, who recently went viral for a series of TikTok videos in which she hands out these dating resumes. Zagoda told BuzzFeed in an interview that she's always preferred meeting people organically. That's the new word for you hipsters, Phillip, isn't it? Organically.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Is that me? I'm not sure.
I think you sure look like a hipster to me.
Oh.
And in person, she likes to hand people organically in person instead of through online dating apps, and figured her resume idea would facilitate her hope of finding a partner in real life, which they put IRL. I'm glad I figured that one out. Wow.
Oh yeah, I never get those things. I'm always looking them up, and I mean, I'm not scared to admit it here, but yeah, there's a few times where I'm looking up things online, and I'm like, man, this must be what people that are older than me do all the time.
What does this acronym mean?
Sometimes, I mean, they get pretty daring though. It'll be 9 letters crammed in it. I'm like, who's supposed to figure this out?
Can I even say that on the radio? All right. Here's a good one for people that love decorating, especially for Halloween. There's a cop who saw a creepy Halloween decor. He had to double check to see if it was real. A TikToker who hails from the UK said she had a good laugh when police officer mistook her prop for a real dead body. She had to assure him it wasn't real, but the cop didn't exactly take her word for it. The decor, he said, was just a little too convincing. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny. There's somebody local here in Addie that really goes all out for Halloween, and one of their props is a body that hangs off their second story porch. And man, when you're driving by and not expecting it, you're like, whoa.
This lady wrote that it's not every day you get to see blue lights and sirens outside your house. All right, Ron checking in online saying happy birthday, and I'll say back to you, happy birthday, Chuck. I mean, happy Friday. What am I saying? Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? All right. Hot Mike in the UK. You know, we hear that on the local news all the time. Somebody gets busted because they didn't know their mic was hot, and it happened in Russia before. Let's see what was actually happening. It was a public gathering, and people were given speeches, and one of the one of the Russian president's people. I'm trying to get this story right here. On the hot mic, because they've been denying that the drones that have been, they call them suicide drones, that have been attacking infrastructure in Ukraine, they were denying that they came from Iran. And he got caught on hot mic saying, yeah, they are really from Iran, but Putin doesn't want anybody to know it.
Oh.
Well, we all do now. It's funny to see them suffer with those kind of things like our politicians do.
I wonder if anybody will hear from that person ever again.
Yeah, he's going to be one of them that disappear or suddenly die. All right. Shame on Tucker Carlson. On the news last week, he's had to backpedal and apologize, and so was the network, so was Fox Network. He came out on his show saying that the U.S. government was requiring all school children to get vaccinated against COVID for this school year. Simply not true. Fake news. Shame on you, Tucker, because he got people all riled up. So if you're online sharing that one, it's fake news, kids. Sorry. All right. I know we like to hear horrible things about our government, but it's not true. Speaking of the virus, Omicron subvariant, once again demonstrating immune-dodging abilities, posing a threat to both the vaccinated and previously infected individuals. Apparently, the monoclonal antibodies and the shots not working against the new variations, which include clever names like BA.4.6 and BA.5. Let's see. BA 4.6 is accounting this week for 12% of new COVID cases in the United States. BA.5 accounting for nearly 68% of new cases. Here it comes for winter again, folks. This is so sad. All right.
Wow.
Another Halloween story, Phillip. This one we're going to warn people. Authorities on Wednesday seized thousands of fentanyl pills hidden in candy boxes at the L.A. International Airport. A gentleman was going through security screening with some sacks and bags of candy about 7:30 in the morning when they noticed that it didn't look like Sweet Tarts, Skittles, or Whoppers inside the boxes of candy. It turned out to be 12,000 fentanyl pills, multicolored to look like candy. And the authorities are rolling out with Halloween approaching that parents need to make sure they're checking the kids' candy extra special, not allowing them to eat anything that hasn't been inspected to them or seems odd. So,
wow.
Although, you know, they're trying to do this so they can deliver them and not get caught, these fentanyl pills. But the chances of them actually, you know, letting some loose because they're addicts are probably kind of rare. But, you know, something could happen. So
what a good eye that would be to have. I mean, to catch that. Be like, that doesn't look like a sweet tart.
Yeah, that guy gets that person needs to get a raise, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if dogs can smell stuff like that, you know, or how that works. All right, Phillip, I haven't even looked at them this morning. We're cruising along pretty good, though. Let's head for bits and breaks this morning. For how long did you lose your car? You ever lost your car in the parking lot?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. One of those real, I don't know, 10-story parking lot. Lots of parking lots in Seattle are underground, and you just, you know, you park down there and then you go do whatever you're doing, enjoy your day, and you get back there and you're like, whoa, everything. You don't realize, even not so much that the parking lot, because all parking lots look pretty similar, but when you know, it's full and then you come back and everybody's left for the most part, you're like, I knew I was parked next to a, black SUV or whatever. You just remember the dumbest details. So yeah, I've had that happen to me. Also short-term parking at the airport. I have had trouble when I've come back being like, where did I park? So I think maybe only like 20 minutes is the longest I've been lost.
Well,
Lost my
that's
car for.
actually a pretty long time there, buddy.
Yeah. Now I have. It's great. I have my my phone will just tell me where it is now.
Really?
Yeah, I have like Apple CarPlay, and part of that is like it can just like find my whatever, find my phone or whatever. It has one
Find
for
my
your
car.
so you can see exactly where it is.
Wow, I think smartphones are making us dumber because we don't have to do anything anymore. They'll do it for us.
It'll give you walking directions if you want to your car.
What I like is when you come out of the store and you don't remember where you parked. And like now, I have a small car, so it could be hidden behind trucks, other big sedans, or anything. Is that feeling of embarrassment that you automatic? Oh my God, I don't want anybody to see me just randomly wandering around the parking lot. They'll know I lost my car. It's you feel like how a cat does when they fall off a railing or something. They got to look and see if anybody sees them.
Yeah.
It's that same embarrassing moment. All right, bits and breaks. He's worked all night on it. Here's Phillip. He's got a bad poem for us.
Oh yeah. These people who rave about fall colors really make me quake. They all look to me like people who have never owned a rake.
I lived in Indiana. You dread fall. An insurmountable amount of leaves. It's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
the one nice thing, like in a couple of the towns I lived when I lived in Indiana, is it was a free service. You just raked all your leaves to the curb, and they come by with giant vac trucks and would suck them up, which was great because you didn't have to bag it. But a lot of work, and the amount of leaves is enormous. It's huge.
Yeah. We pretty lucky out here. We only have a few types of trees that drop leaves, your maple trees and stuff like that, but mostly just pine needles.
We've got a lot, but the forest is on the edge of the property, and the wind always blows the same direction. And in my yard, it's really nice because the small amount that make it out of the forest onto the front yard or the backyard automatically get blown away to the neighbor's yard within a day. just don't go out there and touch them because it's going to work itself out for me.
Yeah. Sorry, neighbor.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't really mean to do that to you. Oops. Yes, I did. All right. Is Cheddar in your will?
No.
Cheddar is not in your will?
No.
I haven't put a Mooch in my will either, Mooch the cat. But I don't think she knows either. If I go first, I'm taking her with me. Ooh, ouch.
It took a dark turn.
All right, so your pet isn't in your will. If you died today, Phillip, what would you want to leave for Cheddar?
I don't know. Maybe somebody, a backup home.
A backup home? Right.
Yeah.
Just so you know he'd be safe, right?
Like somebody that could take care of him.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, here's
He's
another
pretty,
one. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he's pretty self-sufficient, but he still likes he's a cat, so when he wants his attention, he goes and search for the people. So he needs that person to go find if, I'm not here.
People that have exotic birds really need to plan for this because an exotic bird, especially a big one, can live for like 75 years. They could totally outlive you. So you need to figure out, especially because not all people will take a bird as a pet, especially a big one, because when they wake up in the morning and they go to bed at night, or when the sun comes up and the sun comes down, they crow like roosters. I mean, and it's ridiculously loud. I've had one, and when I called it a bark, and when he'd do his giant chirp, as the sun came up, if you were in the same room with him, it was like a gunshot going off to where it actually hurt your ear. And before the pain is gone and the echo from the first one, the second one's already coming out. And what I discovered is anytime he would do that, like when he wanted attention or it was morning or evening and he'd start doing this like a rooster thing, is to play sounds of other birds and he'd get all interested in that and shut up. So, neat trick.
Smart.
Yeah. If you had a choice, would you leave more money to the care of your pet or to your significant other? Ooh, it's almost an evil question.
Yeah, pet.
Yeah, ex-wives, sorry, you're getting nothing. It's all going to Mooch.
Yeah. Just fat stacks of cash.
All right. Looks like we're entering Scorpio. All right. So Sunday, the 23rd, we switch to Scorpio. So if you have a birthday and you fall into Scorpio, it says your best days are Tuesdays. Your lucky numbers are 8, 11, 18, and 22. You're resourceful, brave, passionate, stubborn, and a true friend. Your weaknesses, you're distrusting, jealous, secretive, and violent. Have you ever known angry Scorpio?
Yeah. Yep.
I have too. Truth, facts, being right, longtime friends, teasing, a grand passion, and your dislikes are dishonesty, revealing secrets, and passive people. There you go. If you are a Scorpio, we apologize for you today.
It's hilarious that under their weaknesses is secretive, and then under their dislikes is revealing secrets.
You're all mixed up, aren't you?
Well, they're prone to being secretive, but man, do they get really mad when you reveal their secrets.
All right. Well, and then if they're prone to violence, it's probably something you don't want to do.
Yeah, because they also don't like passive people.
All right. He's well read. He's a smart guy. It's time for trivia with Phillip.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Phillip.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
So you got to give him some compliments, build him up, and then quickly tear him down before it soaks in. All right.
Best way.
That's the way I roll. Fun and games with Phillip. Phillip, your first trivia question today. What do the words big, Bob, zoo, and bib have in common?
I mean, they're all 3-letter words.
Yes, this is something has something to do with something you would do when you were a kid with a calculator.
Oh, like type the numbers in to make words.
Yep, you could use numbers to make those words.
Right. Yeah.
So
those are pretty PG.
Yeah, using using numbers which look like letters. Each of them can be displayed by a digital clock during the day. Big would be 8:19, Bob 8:08, Zoo 2 o'clock, and Bib 8:18. Other letters you can do include SOS at 5:05, Sob at 5:08, Sog at 5:09, Sis at 5:15, Boo at 8 o'clock, Bog at 8:09, Goo at 9, Gob at 9:08, Gib at 9:18, and Gig at 9:19. Is Gib a word?
Gib?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it not? Yeah, I don't know. Let's look it up. You keep going. I'll look it up for you.
Okay. You're going to have to think at the same time you're looking up, though, because the next question's kind of tough. If you took all of these created each year and laid them end to end, they would stretch for almost 200,000 miles. And your hints are, it's a fast food, and it has nothing to do with beef.
So it's either like Taco Bell or no, I'm just kidding. So it's probably like something chicken.
You're
like
right.
KFC.
Yeah. Oh, you were close. It's the McDonald's chicken nugget, but I would have taken any kind of nugget, and chicken will do.
Yeah,
Chicken will
cool.
do. All right,
That's
a
a lot of nuggets.
Did you find what the word gib means?
Oh yes, yep. It's pronounced jib.
Okay.
Apparently.
Is that something to do with sailing?
Well, the first answer or the first thing for the dictionary is a building material used to form inner walls.
Huh.
Yeah.
I have none of those
Looks
skills.
like an example would be the jib had come away from the frame.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sounds more like a term you'd use for a dumb person.
Like you're such a jib.
Thank you. Well, yes.
Or gib.
Yes, I am. All right. 5 questions. Each answer begins with the corresponding letter in the word bingo. That's right. We're playing breakfast bingo with Phillip. Here we go. First letter, you know what it is. They give you gas.
Beans.
A former name of the Cleveland's baseball team.
Indians.
Ronald Reagan's first lady.
Nancy.
The 3-letter technology that tells you exactly where your car is.
GPS.
And an eye care professional provides lenses for the correction of vision defects.
Optometrist.
Optician. Yes, you go there.
Yeah,
You go.
okay.
Yeah, optician. That's a tough one because they have like several things they could be when they do eyes.
Yeah.
All right, good job, Phillip. Let's see. I think I got a couple more here before we go to break. Let's see. I'll try to make it tougher. The size of this room in an American home has increased 50% in the last 3 decades. What room of the house is it?
Bathroom.
Negative.
Has increased how much?
50%. It's doubled in size.
Your bedroom?
Yes, master bedroom. Take that.
Huh.
All right, a bit of technology debuted in an NFL game on September 27th, 1998. What is it?
Replay review?
No.
Hmm.
It's like something that pops up on your screen.
Not like this. Is it like the first down lines?
Yes.
And stuff?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Good job.
Cool.
All right. You have no control over it, but the average person experiences 1,460 dreams. Well, that's dumb. So this is what the trivia question says. I guess I should have pre-read it. You have no control over it, but the average person experiences 1,460 dreams of these a year. And then the answer is dreams. What?
Classic.
All right. It makes up 2% of the body's total weight, but uses up 20% of your body's oxygen. What is it? 2% of the total weight, but uses up 20% of your oxygen.
Is it an organ? Or
Well, yeah, I think it's an organ.
oh wait, what do you mean you think?
Well, I'm stupid. I don't know.
Dang,
I'm
you
not a smart
jib.
man.
Oh man, I don't know. It's not your tongue. It's
It's bigger than that. 2% of the body's weight, but 20% of the oxygen. It's
your brain.
Yes, I was going to say you're overthinking it. All right, I like
Yeah.
this one. Has to do with water. It's a riddle. What? When you need it, you throw away, but when you don't need it, you take it back.
Oh, you don't need it. You throw it away. You give it back. I don't know.
Has to do with water. It's in the water.
It's in the water. Nope. Still don't know.
It's your anchor.
Oh.
You don't fish,
Yep.
do you?
Nope.
All right. You're participating in a race, Phillip. You overtake the second person. What position are you in?
Second.
Well, if you overtake the second person and you take his place, you are second. Correct.
Yeah.
That's a trick one, and you
I
didn't.
know.
You saw it coming. That's pretty cool. 1 in 3 houses has one of these that's not working. Very dangerous.
Smoke alarm.
Yes. Study
Smoke
found.
detector?
Yeah. Study found the average person does this 4 times a day, and you don't want to get caught doing it.
Yawning.
No, much worse. People might not like you if they figured this out, that you were doing it 4 times a day.
Picking your nose?
No, I think people could get over that one. This one might affect the way they think about you as a person.
Man, I really wish I could say what I wanted to say.
Maybe
but go ahead.
What were you going to say, fart?
No.
Okay. All right, you're lying. The average person tells 4 lies a day. And since you didn't know what it was, I'm going to guess you're not a very avid liar, or you're not very good at it.
Probably both.
Probably both. One of the things I really enjoy about my eldest daughter, she has, and she's had it her entire life, she has the inability to lie.
How so?
She can't. If she knows something's untrue, she literally, almost has a breakdown in trying to say it. She would be an excellent politician because you would know everything she says is the truth. Because if she's trying to tell a lie, you can tell. She did it once as a child. It was really bad. And it wasn't even really a lie. She just said, I wasn't doing nothing. And I said, but I saw you kissing that boy. And she turned 3 shades of green. It was, it was tough on her. But yeah, awesome. I love that about her. She really cannot tell a lie. And one time, I can't remember what the situation, it's probably something to do with the government or insurance or something, but I was trying to convince her that she needed to fib a little. And she was like, I can't. They'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
And then at the point I was like, really? You need help. You can't lie? Come on. Even
well, at
fib
least,
a little?
like, I don't know. It'd be kind of nice because at least if you know that about yourself, like you would probably never put yourself in that position.
Yes, I know. I'm very proud of her for it. That's what a beautiful trait for someone, I think, to have, the inability to lie.
Yeah, that's great.
It could kind of haunt her, though, when somebody, so if she has one of her girlfriends go, how do you think I look in this dress? And she's like, fine. Because that's literally how she'd do it. She'd start breaking as she was saying, you look great. Looks perfect on you. Right.
Yeah, that probably only happens once. If she has good friends, they probably know that about her too.
Yeah.
Well, I won't ask this question.
Might get the real answer. All right. When we come back, we're going to have some odd news. A great chance that we will find somebody lying in the odd news, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right. We also run down all the goofy holidays for the weekend, which is always fun. There's always something pretty goofy. Well, that's why we call them goofy holidays. As well, maybe some celebrity birthdays and a little history if we have time. Stay right here. It's your morning show for a Finally Friday with Scott and Phillip on KCHW 102.7, back in 5.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW Shawila.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW FM thanks God-fearing brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for October the 21st, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. As Asian Americans continue to face discrimination and hate crimes, new funding could aid New York officials in reporting and preventing these incidents.
The multi-purpose funding from the Bureau of Justice Assistance will be used to create grants to help community groups in New York City educate people about Asian American culture. The hope is to alleviate some of the tension that has grown since former President Donald Trump dubbed COVID-19 the China virus. Kalea Ann Mendoza with the group Nonviolent Peace Force says Asian Americans need time to process what has gone on.
We haven't had a chance to pause. We haven't had a chance to heal. I think we are constantly put into a state of hypervigilance. I think that there needs to be dedicated spaces for us in our communities to be able to recognize the trauma that we have experienced.
He hopes people can work to create a safer and more equitable world and says this mindset needs to be part of the immediate response to the violence. According to Stop AAPI Hate, over 11,000 hate crimes have been reported in the last 2 years. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
Congress did pass the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act last year to expedite the review of hate crimes and hate crime reports. And the battle over property taxes and education in the Mountain State has intensified as Election Day nears. Opponents of Amendments 2 and 4 argue that funding for public services and local control over education are at stake. More now from Nadia Ramlagan.
West Virginia Center on Budget and Policy Executive Director Kelly Allen says Amendment 2 would result in a $515 million loss in state revenue by slashing property taxes on vehicles and equipment used for businesses. She notes that property taxes are overwhelmingly used to fund public schools, fire and police departments, libraries, and other public services. Lawmakers insist the move would attract more companies to West Virginia, but Allen disagrees.
But in fact, reducing funding for schools and fire departments and emergency responders could actually eliminate local jobs, and it could make our communities, less safe, less of a good place for workers and businesses to locate, and could instead have the opposite impact.
Governor Jim Justice has publicly opposed Amendment 2, arguing it would eliminate the possibility of income tax cuts for West Virginians. Nadia Ramlagan reporting.
Now from National Public Radio, the Supreme Court Thursday refused to block the rollout of the Biden administration's student debt relief plan, allowing the program to move forward at least for now. Loan forgiveness is scheduled to begin as early as Sunday. This is PNS. New data from the U.S. Drought Monitor shows all of Iowa's 99 counties are abnormally dry, with a handful experiencing extreme drought conditions. A dozen counties have been declared disaster areas.
The USDA has responded by making more than $800 million available for struggling farmers. There never seems to be the perfect amount of rain for Midwest farmers, but this year's unpredictability of rainfall has added a new wrinkle to an already challenging profession. Alan Bertie farms about 700 acres in Kossuth County. He says in all his years of farming, he's never had a year where one portion of his farm does well, while another is either bone dry or completely underwater.
On my one farm that's kind of heavy ground, for some reason I had the worst crops I've ever had. Some of my farms did okay.
Bertie farms corn and soybeans. He says most of the cattle farmers he knows in Iowa have given up. I'm Mark Moran.
And some low-income shoppers might assume farmers markets with their specialty products are out of reach. But more of these markets in the Commonwealth are accepting public benefits like SNAP.
The state-run Healthy Initiatives Program, or HIP, provides a dollar-for-dollar reimbursement when SNAP users buy healthy, local food directly from Massachusetts farmers. A family of 6, for example, can receive an additional $80 a month on their EBT cards to spend at their local farmers market. Rich Allium is with Atlas Farms in Deerfield.
If we can get this directly into people's kitchens and we can just cover our costs of what it takes to distribute it, then we consider it a win.
A state survey found that each HIP dollar spent results in an additional $2 in local economic impact. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
Finally, Ross Brown tells us some 65 million people on Medicare have about 6 weeks to review and make changes to their health care plans and prescription drug coverage.
Medicare open enrollment started this week, and Texans who miss the December 7th deadline typically must wait a full year before new changes to their health plan are allowed. Meena Seshamani with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services says the coming year offers great news for America's 3 million insulin users.
Plans cannot charge you more than $35 for a 1-month supply of each Medicare Part D covered insulin that you take. And for those insulins, plans can't charge you a deductible either.
1-800-MEDICARE is the number to call for those debating their options 24 hours a day, including weekends.
This is Mike Clifford. Thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service. Member and listener supported, heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
All right, we are back on the finally Friday edition of your KCHW Morning Show. You got Scott and Phillip this morning. We're live on the radio, Facebook, the website, YouTube. We're all over the place. And I got something to throw out, Phillip. I'm pretty excited about this. Our new treasurer came up with this, our new treasurer for the radio station. So my first question for you is, do you shop on Amazon?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So they have a new thing for nonprofits. This is pretty cool. All you do is go to smile.amazon.com. Okay. You can save that on your favorites as well. It doesn't change anything about your Amazon shopping experience. But when you get there for the first time, it would say, we will donate a portion of your purchase to a nonprofit of your choosing. And you simply type in our corporate name, which is, and you have to, I've got it on Facebook if you don't catch this totally, but it is the Northeast Washington Community Radio Guild. That is our 501c corporation, Northeast Washington Community Radio Guild. It's on our Facebook page too, and the link. And you type that in, and every time, if you go to that smile.amazon.com and save that as your favorite instead, every time you shop on Amazon, a portion of your purchase will be donated back to KCHW. It's pretty cool. All right.
That's really cool.
It's only 0.5% of your purchase, but if everybody in town's doing it, it could really add up. Everybody,
absolutely.
Everybody listening to the sounds of our voices, it could really add up and help support public radio. So an easy way to do it. And once again, that URL was smile.amazon.com. You shop and you support your nonprofit. There you go. And if you don't want to do it for us or you want to change it up, there's all sorts of nonprofits you can choose from. So kind of a cool thing.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, quick recap of weather. 48 for a high today. Rain showers early, evolving into more steady rain in the afternoon. You've got a 91% chance of showers today. Rain showers tonight at 43%, dropping down to 36. Now, this is an updated forecast from the one I gave out yesterday. Originally, it was supposed to be rain both Saturday and Sunday. That chance of rain for Saturday and Sunday keeps decreasing. 20% for Saturday right now. Partly cloudy skies, a high of just 48 on Saturday, 31 for an overnight low. Now Sunday, 54 and 30 under partly cloudy skies with just a 5% chance of rain. And then it kicks into what I've been talking about. It looks like a 10 to 15 day run with rain every day. Temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s, more seasonable norms. But get ready. Weather is going to be changing in Chihuahua. And if you have some unfinished stuff in your yard, you might want to be taking care of that this weekend. So get on it, Phillip.
Noted.
Noted. And then just a couple events we were talking about during the first segment, if you missed it, for this weekend. Haunted House on Saturday, and that is at Bradley's Taekwondo between 6 and 10. Then on Sunday, you've got the Valley Warriors against Cancer and a spaghetti dinner and auction from 5 to 8, and that's going on at the Valley Drop Tine Tavern. So there you go.
Nice.
All right. On to bits and breaks. How about take us through the weekend with a few celebrity birthdays as we get started?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Today we've got Judge Judy turning 80. Wow. Charlotte Caffey is 69 from the Go-Go's. Ken Watanabe is 63. And Kim Kardashian is 42.
Shame on you for saying that.
Yeah. On Saturday, we've got, one of my personal favorites, Christopher Lloyd, turning 84.
Nice.
Jeff Goldblum is 70. Bob Odenkirk is 60. Michael Fishman is 41. And Jonathan Lipnicki is 32. Wow, that's that little kid, I think, from Jerry Maguire.
Yes. Crazy.
Yeah. And then going on to Sunday, we've got Weird Al Yankovic is 63. Ryan Reynolds is 46. Emilia Clarke is 36. And yeah, that's what I got.
All right, a few history highlights from the weekend as well. We'll start off with today. Thomas Edison invented a workable electric light in his laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey on this day in 1879. You're going to jump all the way up to 1988, over 100 years. Nothing happened on this day in history. Federal grand jury in New York indicted former Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos and his wife Imelda, the one with all the shoes, on charges of fraud and racketeering. She had hundreds and hundreds of pairs of shoes, and that's what really captured America's attention. All right, let's see. 2005, on this day, a Florida woman found an unpleasant surprise in her family's dinner, a bullet. Diane Johnson of Ormond Beach, Florida, said her son-in-law found the bullet in the pork roast she served. She said she bought the meat at a nearby grocery store. Who shot the pig? Wow. Let's see. 2007, Virginia motorists heading out of downtown on Interstate 264 may have thought they'd ran into a blizzard near Norfolk. Norfolk State University, I should say. It wasn't meteorological mayhem, however, just feathers from some of about a dozen pillows spilled on the highway just after lunch hour. Many of the pillows burst into giant clouds of white feathers as they were run over by vehicles. How fun is that?
Pillow fight.
Yeah. Let's see. 2018, Julia Louis-Dreyfus was presented with the Mark Twain Prize, comedy's top honor, at a ceremony in New York. I didn't know she won that.
I didn't know that either.
All
I wonder probably for because she's on.
She was in Seinfeld.
Yeah, I'm thinking more recently. I don't know. Maybe it was I don't know. Veep. I thought she was on Veep or something like that.
I've seen her like in like a promo for something, but it was a show I've never caught before, so you could be right there. On to Saturday, Princeton University in New Jersey received its charter in 1746. All right. Then in 1797, French balloonist André Jacques Garnier-Nin made the first parachute descent, landing safely from a height of about 3,000 feet. Jump up to 1968, Apollo 7 with astronauts Wally Shakira, Donald Fulton Isley, and R. Walter Cunningham aboard returned to Earth. It was 1968. Oh, man, sad day, 1979, red dye number 4 banned by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration as after it was discovered that it caused tumors in the bladders of dogs. So you couldn't give your dogs that red candy. So what was it doing to us? That's what's really scary.
Yeah.
All right. Germans are going to get angry with me because some German guys attempted to rob a bank in 2004. While the tellers were getting the money together, one of the gun-toting knuckleheads dropped his pistol, hit the floor, shattered into several pieces, revealing that it was a plastic fake. As the crooks were making a hasty exit without their cash, another crook dropped his gun, too. All right, let's wrap it up with a little history for Sunday. 1915, some 25,000 women marched in New York City demanding the right to vote. Very cool. Jump up to 1958. The Smurfs appeared for the first time. I didn't know they were that old. Wow.
I didn't either.
I remember this one, 1998. Danish man said goodbye to his 86-year-old father by taking his corpse for a motorcycle ride and stopping at a bar for a beer and a cigar. Fleming Pedersen asked to be left alone with his dad, dressed the corpse in leather, a helmet, boots, and dark glasses, strapped him on his Harley, and rode around Copenhagen, Germany for 3 hours to all of his father's favorite places. He said he felt pretty good about the ride. Is that legal?
I don't know. It's a little weird.
It is a little weird. New Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Elizabeth Latch called police to report that a deer in a yard had pumpkins stuck on its head. Turned out to be the deer had a large brown or gold plastic ball stuck on its head, a lawn ornament, or possibly a Halloween decoration. It was the year 2005.
What's the matter with that deer?
All right, 2018, microplastics were found in human stool samples for the first time. It was Austrian scientists. Never be a scientist in Austria. That's all I can tell you. Stay away. Do not take that job. All right. Let's see. Phillip's got the goofy holidays and probably some serious ones, too, to take us all the way through the weekend. What's up today, Phillip?
We've got Back to the Future Day, Apple Day, not just regular Apple Day, okay. And Check Your Meds Day, Count Your Buttons Day, Garbanzo Bean Day, International Day of the Nacho, Mammography. Yeah,
I have no idea.
Day, Pets for Veterans Day, Pumpkin Cheesecake Day, Reptile Awareness Day, and World Student Day.
Okay.
On Saturday, we have Clean Up the Earth Day, Eat a Pretzel Day, International Caps Lock Day, which ironically is in caps lock, International Stuttering Awareness Day, Make a Difference Day, Nut Day, Pitbull Awareness Day, Prescription Drug Take Back Day, and Smart is Cool Day, and Wombat Day.
Well, I like that. I like the band, too. It's one of my faves, the Wombats.
Yeah, it's a fun to say.
It is.
Wombat.
It is.
And then on Sunday, we've got Event Organizers Day, Mother-in-Law Day, Boston Cream Pie Day, Canning Day, iPod Day, Slap Your Irritating Coworker Day.
That'll get you in jail, won't it?
Paralegal Day, and TV Talk Show Host Day.
I'm going to skip that one. All right, real quick look at entertainment for this weekend and new movies. First up, it's Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. The divorced couple teams up and travels to Bali to stop their daughter from making the same mistake they think they made 25 years ago. It's a romantic comedy. I was looking at a story on this earlier, and George Clooney was talking about the two worst movies he ever did. And I can't remember what the first one was, but the second one was Batman and Robin. And the first one was like it was a horror movie, like a B horror movie. And he said that was his first film, and it was the worst. And then I started thinking about it, and I went, George Clooney, I've never seen a movie I liked with you in it. I'm just saying, nothing. Even because I'm a sci-fi geek, even that one he did a couple years ago, it was just like he ruined it. Sorry. Let's see. After Sun, Sophie reflects on the shared joy and private melancholy of a holiday she took with her father 20 years earlier. Memories real and imagined fill the gaps as she tries to reconcile the father she knew with the man she didn't. I say it each week. I'm so tired of the dramas, the lame dramas, and they're doing them because they're cheap and COVID problems, I'm sure. But when are the good movies coming out? That's the question. There is one this weekend. I'm saving it for last. Banshees of Inisherin limited theaters. Two lifelong friends find themselves at an impasse when one abruptly ends a relationship with alarming consequences for both of them. Ooh.
Alarming.
Yeah. The School for Good and Evil on Netflix. Best friends Sophie and Agatha find themselves on opposing sides of an epic battle when they're swept away into an enchanted school where aspiring heroes and villains are trained to protect the balance between good and evil. On Hulu, it's Matriarch. Afflicted with a mysterious disease after surviving an overdose, a woman returns to her childhood home to confront her personal demons. Raymond and Ray on Apple TV. Half-brothers Raymond and Ray reunite with their estranged father when their estranged father dies and discover that his final wish for them was to dig his grave. This sounds morbid. All right. And the one good movie I saw this weekend, and some people might not agree, Black Adam with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. All right, this is a new Marvel superhero movie, nearly 5,000 years after he was bestowed with the almighty powers of the Egyptian gods and imprisoned just as quickly. Black Adam is freed from his earthly tomb, ready to unleash his unique form of justice on the modern world. They had a hard time with this movie. They had to go back and edit it 4 times to get it to be PG-13.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, I mean, I don't want you to get in trouble, but... it's a DC movie.
Oh, it is. You're right about that. It is DC. Oh, sorry. Look for the director's cut on that one. They're gonna do it since they had to cut all that footage out of it. So that'll be curious to see. And I know some people hate him. I love The Rock. I wish he would have ran for president. Really, we couldn't do any worse.
I also really enjoy him.
Yeah, we couldn't do any worse. Look what we've had to choose from. And look at the problems they've all caused. Yeah. I say we all vote for The Rock anyways, even though he says he doesn't want to run this, but he might someday. I think we should just vote him in. Write him in. Everybody across the planet. Just write in The Rock. Forget these other people. All
then
right?
he can bring back his famous wrestling quotes, which would be great.
Oh, yeah. He could shout them at Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all the other world leaders would be scared of him. How cool would that be?
It's huge.
All right, we're going to wrap up this show on a Friday with, the perfect way we always wrap up the show, and that's with the bacon and the news.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, I always start off with the news attack where the first sentence true, second sentence bad joke. And here comes Phillip with our first bad joke.
After 44 days in office, the UK's Prime Minister has resigned. It's hard to pass up an invitation to be on Dancing with the Stars.
If you haven't heard, after 44 days in office, the UK's Prime Minister has resigned, so she can announce next week that she's running for U.S. President.
Also funny. A study found that dogs that make those sad, pathetic expressions to humans on purpose to get us to do what they want. If we're ever invaded by space aliens who look like puppies, they could completely take over the planet while all we did was give them tummy rubs.
Ooh, it's true. All right, researchers have found the Neanderthals may have been capable of sophisticated speech. In fact, they may have even been capable of running for Congress. Bump. There you go.
Study shows that spoilers don't actually spoil our enjoyment of a story. It's not spoilers that spoil things for us. It's the actors named Adam Sandler. Man, that's cold.
That's harsh. That's so harsh. A survey found that Norwegians are much happier than Americans, and one reason could be childcare. Norway spends $30,000 on childcare each year, while Americans spend $500, which is frankly plenty. Covers the cost of the basic iPad and a Disney Plus subscription.
Man.
Harsh stuff today, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. As we approach the holidays, a survey found that over half of Americans admit to re-gifting, passing on gifts you've received to someone else. That's why I always give ice sculptures.
All right, I'm trying to lose weight before the holidays. You know it's time to go on a diet when you have to take your pants off to get the keys out of your pocket.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true.
Man.
All right, and on to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories. The idiocy's self-contained, but we do try to give it a movie sound effect. And here's Phillip again.
All right. More than 35 drivers got stuck along the 405 freeway in Los Angeles Wednesday morning due to the same issue, flat tires. The California Highway Patrol said it didn't appear to be intentional. Officials believe a box of nails or some wooden blocks might have fallen off of a truck, creating the hazard.
How would wooden blocks pop your tires?
I don't know. Wooden blocks.
All right. Cops hate this kind of stuff.
What did you think of that?
Well, I won't argue that it was a no-holds-barred, adrenaline-fueled thrill ride, but there's no way you could perpetrate that amount of carnage and mayhem and not incur a considerable amount of paperwork.
Paperwork. Passengers on it. Huh?
Tim Roth.
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, he's hilarious in his own way.
Passengers on United Airlines flight to New Jersey got a slithering surprise. Upon arrival at an airport, a passenger spotted a snake on the floor of the cabin. While nobody was injured, a passenger revealed that while the plane was taxiing, passengers in business class started shrieking and pulling their feet up. Police and operations employees were quickly notified, and authorities met the plane at the gate and removed the snake. The flight then departed from Tampa, Florida. Turns out, it was a DeSantis snake. Come on, that's funny. DeSantis snake. Yeah, and they're rerouting it to Martha's Vineyard. A strange thing about this flight also was Harrison Ford was on it.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
See?
I just couldn't stop thinking about the snakes on the plane movie.
Yeah, I can't play sound effects from that one.
Okay.
Fill it in yourself.
Yeah, they're so funny. The dumped girlfriend of a man in the Bahamas got her revenge by driving his Mercedes into his swimming pool. She was upset because he wouldn't help her start her own business.
Wow. Dangerous woman.
You are ugly when you're angry.
Never say that to your girlfriend.
You are ugly when you're angry.
Never. All right. Let's see. Boat tour organizer in Thailand has been getting a lot of attention because of his original yet controversial business idea. Fishing trips in the company of nude ladies. Get this, Phillip. The cost, only $80 for 4 hours of fishing. This is awesome.
Man.
There's a lot of fishing here in Maine.
Oh, Darla.
What? What's wrong with her?
She wouldn't stop shaking the bag.
Poor Tippers.
She's a fish killer.
Yeah. And I also had this one ready, but I wasn't sure about it.
I'm having fish tonight.
Oops. All right.
Pretty good one. A German policewoman snared, not shared. A wanted criminal after she arranged a blind date with him. The criminal was wanted for crimes worth a total of 3 years behind bars if convicted. The policewoman arrested the man at the end of the date, surrounded by other police officers that had been posing as fellow partiers.
Oh, what a fun sting, huh?
Man, kind of sounds like entrapment.
You're thinking your date's going so well. This is really gonna
Everybody's
work out
having a great time.
Yeah, she likes me.
For decontamination.
Well, I don't think that date could have gone any worse.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, I guess it's the last one. Unnamed man in Burlington, North Carolina, called police after a man wearing gloves and holding a gun accosted him after he got out of his car in his driveway. Homeowner struggled with the attacker, who fired a shot. The bullet grazed the victim's chest but didn't cause any significant injury. That's pretty lucky. Get shot during a carjacking, it doesn't hurt you. Victim managed to get inside and slam the door with the bad guy on the outside. Police arrived and found crucial evidence: one of the attacker's gloves. A glove. All right. And a Bronco. No, that actually wasn't the crucial evidence. It was the finger that was still inside the glove. Apparently, it got severed when the victim slammed the car door. Ouch. Investigators got a clear fingerprint from the detached digit and matched it to Vernon Forrest Wilson, who was arrested. It says it twice. Hold on.
Hey, coming. Hey, get easy. Oh, you got my finger.
He was double arrested.
I think I have maybe another finger one. Hold on.
For the real crusher, all they got out was...
Not a finger!
Not a finger. All right. That is our odd news for your Finally Friday on our show. Thank you so much, Phillip Dutton, for showing up. All right. Don't forget, you got a haunted house on Saturday from 6 to 10. You've got an silent auction and a dinner for the Valley Warriors Against Cancer going on in Valley at the Drop Time. And I believe that starts at 5 or 5:30. All right. So a couple things to do this weekend, and we got a big one next weekend with a Boo Fest on Friday. We also have a haunted house on Friday and Saturday. We've got a new play starting up, the Marvelous Wonderettes at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. So a big weekend next weekend. Brandon Hansen will be joining us on Friday, talk about Boo Fest, and then he's going to take a weekend off, and then he's going to be a regular with me and Phillip. So we're excited to have him join us. He's always lots of fun. And we want to remind you on Friday, we want to do some scary stories. So if you got a great scary story, if you want to join us and deliver it yourself or just write it up and send it to us, you can send it to Scott Allen, that's ALLEN, at kchw.org. We would love to hear your scary stories. Be sure in the subject field and put Halloween, so I notice it's one of those, and I'll be looking for them too. So help us out. Other than that, Phillip, have a great weekend. Don't work too hard.
Thank you.
All right.
Same as you.
And once again, you had said that on next weekend that the golf course is going to have a trunk or treat, right? It's a Saturday at what time?
Yep, Saturday from 3 to 5.
All right. Other than that,
the golf course.
All right. Other than that, enjoy your last weekend of being able to work around the house, because it's going to be very soggy for the next couple weeks after that. So get that stuff taken care of. All right. Have a good one. Keep on listening to KCHW all weekend long.
You are ugly when you're angry.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare.
KCHW 102.7 FM, the music education station, is pleased to announce its first fully produced syndicated radio program that's available to public radio stations worldwide. It's called